Namintino. Me boss asem no e de ato ho. Na otwedi aponyame ya adoma on Thursday. Me wura ho. Na ye di nkomo e de afa ho. Ene nkomo ne doso pa. Na ene wo a wutie me no wo so ube fili pa. Gumbe show. Tie. Eya ye tenya challenges kakrakra e wo Facebook. Na wunya challenges no e wo Facebook a ubetumi aba awurum e wo YouTube. Na wakwa kodi nkomo e wo ho. Eti de ebesi bia no YouTube no e be ma that merit no ama wahwe bi. What you say YouTube no e XYZ broadcasting. And a Facebook no e power and I say TV XYZ. Me twa me ho aba. Me ba ye betra se ne ye di nkomo me ba isi ya.
Yenkoti adansie
Spanish garlic mixture. Na wa fe na wati edro yin ka ba be di ho adansie ana. Edro de sa giga na ha baby a o. Me die kra ma no me wi a me kope foforo atoni.
Me won the capsules wa me edro be ni de me tina se de mu nyina ye adwuma. Me du fia me tin ka se me mu me sa ene me na nyina tititi.
last one na makoje no.
Anya dro we na o mo fra ne Spanish mixture no.
Oh ma, Spanish garlic mixture.
Anwa na me no.
Ai, edro ma tenka. So me de
Cedri mami ami di ho adanse entre no. Samu dro ba ko bi nso na e wa adaka mu green no. Eno
who can we ana?
Spanish Ginkgo capsules is good for retentive memory and anti-aging. Hey, me mami, na o ka bibi a che na onkai. Ni we free nyama tentem. Ni skin and the body nyira nso asai. Mi to bi man no. Enne otumi ka nyama kra na me kra abomi pusa.
And check herbal center for and then the pharmacist can make an herbal shop. A painful a batch of more money for no kwada with infection you and come. FDA actually ingredient cratry.
Masako! Easy on your power for Masaka promotion. There isn't a big or you're big. Separate enter power for Masaka promotion. More day I never dial star 274 hash. Star 274 hash. Area now choose power effort. Now select a number of drawer and put in the draw Krubia 5 Ghana cedis pet. The more as a rush draw them when they stand the chance able to marry in a big. Hey, you're big. Every week you saw your 50,000 Ghana cedis in a chair. Hey, 50,000 Ghana cedis. Knock off your good last shot. 274 hash. Masaka. Power for Masaka promotion. It's licensed and regulated by NLA on Caritas Lottery Platform. Kaida drawing Shashada home.
Beside the Masia Matrasia Jumadi no Ebrene Dra e was said bede mamo. Star 274 hash. Star 274 hash. Now was selected number 1. Power SYZ. Power SYZ. And then no metal 1,000 Ghana. And you mean 2,000 cities. Inti and then also no 1,000 no nipa bedi don kakra. If you can't don one. Acha say ebedoso emu be du kakra nti eno no star 274 hash select number 1 power SYZ na me tell 1,000 cities sikana bedwa na wodi ana say obekoso no watwa star 274 hash star 274 hash 1,000 Ghana cities enyumre na obinya more money Benye sika edidi star 274 hash star 274 hash now was selected number 1 power SYZ power SYZ power SYZ star 274 hash star 274 hash select number 1 power SYZ na me ne wo edi enkomo a ana wo hye ene edey Yaman Penny na nadu danko akufuado edi the state of the nation edi ababetuja. And this is the speech of the president. A 31 pages document. Baomi adi ene 73. Inti sa wo de toto ho a. Wo se baomi adi ene na edoso echen Yaman Penny edi no. Ba me ne mo be fa no pages by pages near di nkomo no. Na de tie no say intentionally Omampani Akufo-Addo epese o painting a certain picture etre Ghana for. Winim edanu a honorable Erikopoku ba ha no, I think today is a week. And then our trip pepepe. And honorable Erikopoku can say there was a meeting at Jubilee House. Your meeting no. But when you kasa no nim de yokoka. And Nana can say when you blame ni nyina nwu ne so. Na fe ne magye di. Wonem. Mame ka asem we nkyerɛ wo. Yaman Pani Akufo-Addo am make some utterances. Na asamna Yaman Pani aka no. Anu wase. Everybody. Yeah. Asama Yaman Pani kan ya no say. Asoma Pani no. Ade bia bekoso e wona ban mu no. Ono en wodi blame no. Se eye papa oje. Eye bone a oje. Na me pamochao. Moma menkenkan kakranchire mo page 6. Page 6. Paragraph 35. Was saying there is no ambiguity about where the back stops. Back no eye abuabia or what abeben akasiye. So there is no ambiguity about where the back stops when it comes to responsibility for what happens in the government. It stops with the president. He or she has ultimate responsibility. It will be unwise president that would pretend to have all answers and refuse the advice of his officials. But the fact remains that the president holds executive power. And was say, page 7, paragraph 36, was it the cabinet ministers, the cabinet, the ministers of state, all act in an adversary manner. Of course, a member of the government might take an idea, be it generated by the president or the official or a committee, and it turns into a huge success, and the honors will be claimed or shared where public perception falls or falls. But ultimately, the president is responsible and therefore takes the credit or the blame for whatever happens in his or her government. The another can say, "Abayne yana bayin, enti ade papa ebesim, ade bonia ebesimu no, yemfa blame, emma wono president no, yemfa mani pebia." Okay. Page 7, paragraph 36 of Nanadu speech, you know. Or say, the cabinet, the ministers of states, and either a cabinet or a minister of state, ebe to me the adjuni biyaba. Omuyana yes successful la, yabayne dia. Onu sube to me take credit, but yabayne dia. Na say. Ya yansona de kodia no fall and I see a yaban no and watch mo yate ase and ye namuma ye Mr. President Akufo-Addo say and then wo hu ana say na wonim saade ya no deda because Samoba Kaya. Amampani na Nadu Dankwa Akufuado. Obebano. I was Santa Maria. Oka sembi say. Wani maba. Yabe say yesi kasem. Sidi na ye hata. Ahwadi bianim. Na ekahobi. Enti na makwa kufa Mamadu Boamah say. Wameka me ho. Na yenhye yesika no. Na yenye sidia emu odu biam ensan fama ganafo. Moma yenti asema nana adodanko akufuado. Okaye. Moma yenti na ado.
Wenu maba. Yabe say yesika sem. Sidi na ya hata. Awodi bianim. I don't see one year deep down the Yenya Hofaso. When you see a say to maybe Muswa, Unya Hofaso, because Sikano, a Munyedu. Nemonia Juma can say a Babaye. The Babet said, near the Celia, a more two, now one is deep down, Unya Hofaso, whatever said Nomuswa, Unya Hofaso. Ekahubi tina mikofa Boamah so be kame ho ye hihye ye sika sam no eyiye na sika no emunye dubio let me the adwuma
Sha winim. A liar is a liar. No matter what kind of cloth he has any punish. You know, President Akufuado said in Prediasa, let me tell you a very simple idea. He said, you cannot fool us. The Obayan on your friend from full respect. Let me tell you something. Boamah is part of the government. And Boamah is part of the head government. You are called the president. He is called the vice president. Woo! You're for president. Sir, metiha me programming. I am the host. Now will be better maintain. Now your friend co-hoster. I cannot call that person a producer. He is a co-host. And to say, any pray, ye tia, ye were pilot and ye were co-pilot. Woman, you know to me, I'm ye. So you are the president, Boamah is the vice president. And if you are taking the blame, Boamah is part of the blame. When you want to mean you blame, and you're lantremating, Mumi anu dia mo bete. Because you know Boamah na president. Now say you too kwan, Boamah na di president wa ha. Mate ya otrika, when you mate be a driver. Utumi kodika echi. Because for your ordinary matter, and come catch a Ghana for see fa Ghana and senator. Na do danko Akufuado on one statement no a wotro no eyi ni maaye. Say what you blame no, mama ye me hade bi wo ha. Me tremade bi ama ya tre na do am na hu say. Entro emmo kwan emanipa. But a good penimase. Look, Yaman Penny Nanado Danko Akufuado. The last state of the national address in 2017-2018. Nanado ba parliament. Abakata Ghana for say. Wabatu wa here. Wabatu wa huntre. Waba yanina sikani ho. Nanso, thanks be to Boamah. Wabi anajunu mababiu. Wabi awanim de. Wabi awanim adie. Boamah tumia boa. Ama Ghana sikasam ekoye. Na se Ghana sikasam ekoye a. What the credit no. Ede mahwan. Ode Boamah. In parliament. State of the Nation address. And an another casa. Mummy and conquer a video.
Speaker. If you want to check on roads, classroom blocks or chip compounds or Agenda 111 hospital, or bridges, or science laboratories, or water projects or sanitation projects or landing sites and harbors and other infrastructural projects or whatever this government use your tax money to execute, the key to your query is right there on your phone. Mr. Speaker, the performance tracker will be formally launched in March, and I'm offering it as the device which will help bring accountability into your hands. With the performance tracker, we can be sure that never again will pictures of an artist's impression be offered as projects that have been completed. I'm able to recommend the performance tracker.
But here's a video in my Boamah. Last Tuesday, me boss a video no. Nana do dan kwaku fodo ankasa na no masem. Mumi saba o mi ase. Sanya wo na wo ye in charge of the economy. We ye de kan say cedi no watching to them a lock no. E den safo de ma IGP. Me se ene be paba wo mi ahontoma. Page 50, page 10. Page 10. Paragraph 52. Asembisi wo. Nana dan kwaku fodo say he is not in charge of the government. And amebwa. Nana say he is not. Wasemba womia is not in charge of the government. But hadie bi. When him say Nana say obeye performance tracker. Na nipa wo ye ho adwuma eye Mamadu Bawumia. Do you know? Nipa wo ye performance tracker no eye Bawumia. Wo bia wonim government ho hey. Wo no na ye performance tracker. Ya wodin another achievement edi ba beguso. Mosebeboa. Okay, mama yanko. Mama yemiem. Obi a wo speech no na nado kaso kan ne no. Eni obi amiem. Monko page 10. The first paragraph of page 10. Paragraph 52. Mami kan. Was it this year? We are talking. Was it this year? We are taking things to a higher level. We are taking things to a higher level. This government, after all, is the digitalization government. After all, it's a digitalization government. And the man who has led the entire digitalization process this past 7 years, my indefatigable vice president, Dr. Mamadu Bawumia, Dr. Digitalization, the NPP's excellence presidential candidate for the 2024 election, is coming up. Is coming up with what will be allowed everyone and anyone to check on every project being undertaken by this government. It's coming up. Bawumia is coming up with what will be allowed for everyone or anyone to check on every project being undertaken by the government without having to listen to the president's message on the state of the nation. We are calling it performance tracker. Me pata why and why your performance tracker according to Nanado. Bawumia na ye performance tracker. And why is Bawumia running away? Let me tell you something. Nanado dan kwaku for the be bia no a. Ni speech what the bedroom about an achievement Bawumia na ye. When you know, I dare President Akufo-Addo to come out and deny this say asema mekano meboa. So ane di anche no akaso Oheneba Boamah publish false news. Etiam fa nko. Me say Nanado dan Akufo-Addo se wa ebibu o Ghana ha. Wanim Bawumia nko nanim. Because Bawumia is in charge of the government. Nanado wanim hey. Wani bibi akwaso wana bam. Eya bawamia na the day-to-day activity of the government were running. I am going to prove to you. Why na city SF yase. Yabawamia. No be a what city and ye ka city ho asem woni wo. Ye kwaka asem ya digital. Ye baba digital to boase. Bawamia sakura ba digital. O sakete. Wo ya kwada ketwa. Nanado ko violation. Akwada na achievement awaye di. Etre adesia omo aya waso west gone. Nana amanfo se wu twa ntronka nokre. Na de wakasa wo ye no, wuntumi nye. Wo be ya no say nana, ya no me yen.
If you be no money mo me ma ba se me ba be da Ghana fo. Ye ma me ka se me pese me nyina, ye se me tumi nye. Na me yenda dey ni your true for. Nse mo ye ka fa me no mo kai. Se mo kai bi la. Bawumia ni o, bawumia no. Bawumia ni o, bawumia no. Yakupon di we ase adwi nyina ase numu. I said that I your paper to show that 41 promises made by the MPP and his presidential candidates within 2 years, 41 have already been fulfilled and delivered as we speak now. 41 paper the new. Was your boss about the say?
Mo was 41 paper ni new. Paper no say why na ye man ba omi na ye man. Eti bawomia nanim baabi ananado asidan. Bawomia ananim economy de ananado aye. Bawomia nanim baabi ananado achievement wo. Hey, what's the boy? Mami prove another thing chiro. State of the nation say ya. Sikasam toto ye ko yie. Muntie asɛm a nanado bɛka na wɔbɛkyerɛ nipa yɛmmɔ na ba so sɛ wɔma sikasɛm no akɔyie nana sika yɛ akɔyie ayɛ hwanya bɔde din ma yɛn.
Mr. Speaker, I believe that last year when I came to the House, I conveyed my dismay at the full extent of the economic mess in which our nation was mired. We had inherited an economy that was in distress. Choked by debt and with macroeconomic fundamentals in disarray. You will recall, Mr. Speaker, that I said, quote, we would have to implement some tough, prudent, and innovative policies to get us out of the financial cul-de-sac we were in. I made some brave predictions. I said we would reduce significantly the budget deficit, and I said that at the same time, we would grow and expand the economy. I'm glad to be able to report, Mr. Speaker, that the economic management team, under the stellar leadership of the strong, brilliant economist, Vice President Oheneba Boamah, has risen to the challenge, and the hard work is beginning to show positive results.
Ma, asem that way. Nanado say, under a strong, talented young man Boamah, Oheneba Boamah. The economy no ashasie under his leadership. Economy no ashasie a show up a peja. Epeja ene de Boamah say menya economy ho adwuma biem na wonim me beba de Boamah waye no so me beba so because me nimre ntime nsemre na nadu ne Boamah mi edu ba ko atwa ntro na nadu ni speech no you can ne no State of the Nation no page 8 paragraph 43 Boamah speech you no so kan no page 18 paragraph 39 and tell it Brother. Nanadu dan kwa Akufo-Addo say almost court 100 our Ghana ha. What say? We have made unprecedented progress in the provision of court building and residences for judges around the country. In 2020, government set out to construct 100 courthouses with residential facilities nationwide. Mumetie Baumia. I see almost 100. Mumetie Baumia kai. Baumia speech no. Page 18, paragraph 13. Mumetie Baumia. Nanado say omo esate say 100. Out of the 100, you know, I see almost 67. Baumia so be Canada was constructed more courts and accommodation for judiciary than any other government since 1992. Constructing 120 courts. 120. Nana do so almost 100. Was 67. But we also almost 120. Me say he, but we a bigger liar. But we no. When you the biggest liar in Ghana, when you the biggest liar in Africa. Ya ba we no. Say ya ka say ya de amanfo okọ amomu kwa kotwantro ni aboma baso a ba wo mia kwa wongu Ghana ni ma se da e won tro wo kwa wo de bibi papa ebe breyen yes Olympics fo sse ye de entro twa e ka ye programs ho a ba wo mia kwa bia wo de gold be bre Ghana e won tro obi antwa no ji wawu ansa na obi aba beje Nanado essay was see 100 courthouses. Awaha. Baomiasi almost 120. Wamusi 120. Nanado so amusi 100. Baomiasi amusi 120. Anya no crown into a child. They search another one. Nanado say residential unit. Adima judges no amusi 121. Baomiasi amusi 150. And a one. Baomiasi amusi 150. 150 bungalows for the judiciary, 150. And I just say 121. I've already told you, say Baomia started say we can try. But some cry the notebook have a turn in change here. Because Baomia no trono and what say a thing will be a. You move to digitalization. Nanado dan kwa Akufo-Addo Efred Dr. Mahmoud Baumia digital man. Anamebwa. It is why a digital man dia. And ye na yen konkwohwe digital no. De enam no so ebaye. Eya na me pese me waste time. Ewo enuoma bi ho. But me wo a lot of documents here with me. And me pese you focus on just a few. Me one National Identification Authority NIA. When I ministerial briefing paper on the status of pertaining and issuance of the ECOWAS card, that's Ghana card. Ghana no crano mo yen HANA card, HANA, HANA card, and its challenges. Where 14th July 2022, omo de call Parliament. So I am reading this document from Parliament. Now document no. Will be a page 2 of the document no. Yawa adiebi wa ya trust mandatory uses of the Ghana card. Now when no aye LI 2111 LI 2111 mewo emranan kasa no omo ye no. Mewo no ha. Where laws of Ghana National Identification Authority Act 2008 Act 707. This is the law. Why ana President Kofo eyeye? Why ana President Kofo eyeye? Into when no aye Act 2006 Act 707. Na sa act we no. Ana Owura John Mahama baye no. Na act no wo ho. It is act no wo ha ubetumi amende into obeye LI e kan ho. Enti LI no 2111 1. And no enemy person me ready the mandatory uses of the Ghana card. Namuntie. Yaman penny na nadu dan kwa kufu adu kasemu no. Ostatine say because of Boamah Ghana card no a wade abaninti no ama omatubi di nuoma bebre e de agu card no so. Enti yeba ne yaba be hese eye Boamah Ghana card yo ye no ena kofa ba ya na say eye obi project awaye ena ede yen akwakoduru ba bia yakwakoduru *274#. Now I select number 1 power SYZ Mensaka and I'm out for frame Mensaka. What you say? Obe enjoy 1,000 cities and you may ya 80 Mr. Yan fast mommy page 10 na yeni sa and come away ewo ho enti *274#. *274#. Now what select number 1 power SYZ. Power SYZ. *274#. Now what select number 1 power SYZ. Power SYZ. Ne chamin saka no. Na obedi more cash na nyumre. What you say? No. Me ba be sika. Na mami ready page ne kakra ewo ha page 11. Paragraph 57 of Nanaduni's speech no. Na me discredit no. Na me try man penny say we penny one kind of kre na nkwadan kasa na nim rof. O man kredie emra nafa. Nanadu speech mu no. O ka say Ghana card no. Oba ye no ma ye 900,000. O say, indeed, Mr. Speaker, on coming into office 7 years ago, my government took the decision, as we promised, to modernize and formalize the economy through digitalization. In this regard, we embarked on one of the most far-reaching digitalization exercises in Africa. Up from the figure of 900,000, up of the figure of 900,000, which we inherited. And Tinanado can say, Obaye no, Najo Mahama, aya Ghana card, 900,000. It is, how? I'm say, Omampania Kufuadu, Obophobia Bedan, who the Atreno. Say, or on can of Crenon Fanco. Inti, or say, one battle Yananajo Mahama ye 900,000. Now out of the 900,000, on by no Omaya Menedru 17.6 million. Now, because of that, Nintino, Ama ene DVLA, NHIS, GRA, Deaf and Deaf Registry, ECG, Registries of Company, Ghana Water, and then I say for you now. And then utumi link with your Ghana card. Anameboa. Nanado neken. Nti nasem no. Mama Yemisa say, why na did the linkage of Ghana card to other cards and why na de buy? Wanya Boamah ana AOB. Why no Emra mandatory uses of the Ghana card. When a National Identification Register Regulation 2012 LI 2111 2012 John Mahama and we yes Samra we at all. Na muma yenko bi Samra ne say e dia no wura John Mahama can say sa won saka Ghana card afaye yenko bi sa no na emra ni was a mandatory uses of the national identity card 7.1 Article 7 Clause 1 was a national identity card issued to an individual shall be used for the following transactions where identification is required. Was a a national ID card. Ya issue ediama obino. Sani pano okwa kodi juma ya me babu boso ya. One fan a Ghana card and fan koye. Enti yenko bisa se edianya. Number 1. Osese nipa no kwa koye ne passporta. Application for and issuance of a passport on fan Ghana card nko. Ba o mi ase ne dia. No de buy. John Mahama. 2012. No wadi kan no started. No aye 9,000 according to omono. No aye 900,000. Enti emra wadi baki yeni. Ansana was started aye 900,000. Eka kakra na nka waye 1 million. This is the law. Yeah, say we Ghana card kurawa the ultimate yeni. Boamah, digitalization was what they are. From her, so one can no cry unko ha. Because Yabema no cry diwati, no cry, ebe diwati and no pay yana jo. What that cry no cry bet 12. Oh, them until so they cannot cry. Number 2, application for an issuance of a driver's license. Nanado say, Omatumia lenke Ghana card to DVLA, driving license, and why? John Mahama. Number 3, opening of individual or personal bank account. And Tinanse, you can say, or be our bank account to be ano, one link in the Ghana card to the bank account, Yanka. Ayana correct. John Mahama, and a Yamrano, Ewaha, 2012. Nanado ma power. Number 4, purchase of insurance policies. Number 5, purchase, transfer of registration of land by an individual or connected transaction subject to the provision of other enactments. Enti so kumangra metiye menye sikana me kota sasia me Ghana card and the wasi ye de linke enti ya fa card no a ye hu se Oheneba Boamah na sase ni ewum mrane mu. The next one, transactions pertaining to individuals in respect of pension. Obi a wako pension biano ye linke the Ghana card yenye the details and the Ghana card ni be me hu se aka ni mfie miensa ni mfie 9 the data wo ho ya build data no wo ho ready me be trawo monye Accra Digital Conference Center monye ni ready mame video no monye ni ready na mbeba ho me beba ho monye jam ya wo launch fiber optic munye video ni ready mame jema wo launch fiber optic good. The next one was say the next one was say transactions specified under the National Health Insurance Scheme. It is so big NHIS card. What to me link it with the Ghana card. John Mahama na yembrano ewo and was starting processing. The next one, consumer credit transaction. Yawa manfo bi omo card omo to me e de eto ade e to me de free ade na yatete eno nso no wo se udi ewuram. Payment of taxes. Ena ye frɛ no you know eno cry friend saying sa number ya mobile de ma ye me kra me ref me de. Tin number. No so no. Payment of taxes. Ena registration of SIM card. Na me ka asem bia e registration of SIM card won kire. Registration of SIM card no. Ni e data no ho deda. Etu wo kai a wa bra ezlo usu ka so mo me line. No mo register and link wo mo Ghana card no. Kana tefa e ba bonte be kan say the data is there already. And tia denti na wo so mo ko santene e san kokko register for another one. But my mene de yan kanasem nti me kanasem e wo ha because the next one, application for public or government services, facilities, approval, permission or benefit, and tie last one and any other transactions which the authority may deem and publish in the Gazette. Ini. Eti ba omi aso no started digitalization. Won. Na Ghana card ye ne dia. No de aba. Eti uma ne Ghana card baako. Na uma ne 1,000 interchanges a. Obefa Ghana card no. Waja interchanges no. Ene ye ba omi to chema John Mahama. Because one the Ghana card buy. Ya mo nkasa mo womam any ya man pani na nado na ekasai na nado no okasai was say up from the figure was say Mr. Speaker was indeed obi kase indeed brofo indeed now when the battery was say no kuram meka no kure eno ntira say no kwasam ye betoye was say no kwasam indeed. Mr. Speaker, on coming into office 7 years ago, my government took the decision, as we promised, to modernize and formalize the economy through digitalization. In this regard, we have embarked on one of the most far-reaching digitalization exercise in Africa. Today, was up from the figures of 900,000 which we inherited. When we came into office in 2017, we have thus far enrolled 17.6 million. Mamin can say Minchra was adiwe. Ghana card President Kofone started in 2006. And why Emrawi at the torso, Samra Nam Yitremo. This and why Emrawi at the torso. Now President Kofone started, you know. And now President Mahama by and who said Debbie. Ghana card no I say a church will be keke. But details no any so. Eti President Mahama na ye say yam fat chip enhyem. Na nipa no the details nyina no emego sa microchip no so. Enti sa wo de ko ba bia ye de hyem a wo details nyina no emegu so. Obi a wo kura card ni mienu bia no onim say the old card that President Kofo ye no na chip bia nsem. President Mahama and what de ba ye say yan for microchip and fan cell. Na ye details no emegu so. Enti sa ko ba bia ye de semua se sika kura no a na wa link you ATM a. Wonya de semua with details ne ba. Ama otumi de ye no ma opese ode bia. No. And what the chip no e de say ho. Enti was started sa chip no. Na President Kofo de na wa ye no. Na was see ye kagu. Na was starting new one. And almost say no are registered nipa 900,000. Ya echo 1 million. E was so. Enti dia ba wo me ya no aya de owura John Mahama wo wie ya no and wo ya this ally and the bata ho say emra ni ye mfanye wi ba wo me ya de no aye owura John Mahama and wo de ahoma e fa fam wo ha ayo owura John Dramani Mahama dawroma enene utumi ye a video call ayo no ono enti video call e di kan e wo Ghana ha President Mahama ono ye on the year first ever video call. Mama yan konkohe, wani ya mame hanatete ekasai, wani deputy minister, I think Upper East Region, ekasai, the first ever video call. Yeah, Ghana ha. President Mama na yeah. Bawamia, now why? What is wrong with you? I don't know your trophy, sir. Mummy, you have President Mama. I will
begin my speech with a quotation I made during the State of the Nation address. And this was in 2015 in February in Parliament. And I said, quoting, I wish to report that the Eastern Corridor Fiber Optic Project has been completed. The overall optic fiber installation is over 800 kilometers. The fiber has also been extended to the University of Health and Allied Sciences. And this project will open up the Eastern Corridor to the information superhighway and offer not only teaching and learning opportunities, but also bring the digital economy closer to the people living in this area. And so today, the Eastern Corridor Fiber Optic is a reality, as I reported to Parliament. We have developments that are tangible, and there are developments that are intangible. Developments that are tangible are those that we see brick and mortar and we see iron rods and everything, and we can touch it and say, yes, development has come to our hometown or to our region. But there are developments.
Yeah, Mesaba. What here asama President Mahama kan no. What say your development ahodwo mi no. Your baako a ye the brick and mortar and de ye. Eno no de utumi taate. Enti yese ebia yesi school dan eni, yesi market eni, yesi way eni, yaye way eni, yaye way eni, eno no utumi som. Nemom sa development no a wode ba no. Ya ye frame digital economy ne de. Wunhu wontumi mfa sensom but impact no action and na President Mahama no kan. It was say brick and mortar. Ya utumi de won sensom no. E wo say e development. And no na manfo hu. But the ode ba no foforo no ye frame the digital economy no or the digital one no de. Wunhu wontumi nsom but the impact no eso. Monto President Mahama so non kasem free wa.
That we cannot touch because that cable is buried 1.2 meters in the ground, and so we can't see it. And yet the effect and revolution that it would have on our lives is far more than any brick and mortar you can have. Because communications is driving the economy of the world today. And so if a government invests 38 million euro to open up an information and communication superhighway in an area, it is far more rewarding than any concrete, iron rods or brick and mortar you can have. And so that is the value of the asset you are having today. This is a fiber optic network that, as you've been told, travels for 800 kilometers starting from here, Ho, all the way to Boku in the Upper East region, and then connected to Accra to the data center and through there to the rest of the country. When I came here this morning, we went into the switching room to take a look at the servers that are driving this optic fiber network. And we significantly had a teleconference with two of my ministers. The first video conference was with Ms. Hannah Tete. She was sitting in her office at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and we called her and had a video conference. We talked with her, started very clear pictures, very audible sound.
Well, the first ever video call you. President Mahama. Ghana for. But when me anua, one name on namno. Dabia me catch them says Sabawamia at Tenasia. Nabon Samo Tetano. Anytime about me de pen, embassy paper so Sawatrono, Nabon Samo him. Because anytime about me baby and no, bon some for penny paper, Ebesia and Tronibi Canadian. I am telling you. Bawamia said digital, yes. Ebia the Ankabawamian can say, me ba ye no, ma ba be ye be at so, but men cassa when I we ye, na ye. President Mahama dia human for form. Ewa Ghana hana won 38 million euros. When ya yanka no man panimu de adware wiem. O disika tom prada ban. Bu disika sa esamu wi nwura. Aban ya woni ya nsuade hunu NPP aban. Mu wi achievement do na mu nyai eye kro no. What? Mu wi achievement. One say President Mahama kan digital center. Say ade no ye fa wo mo de ba Accra server no e receive the ba Accra digital center eni mo fanto so no bi an hwebi digital center wo si sadan we wo ha say ba edi adan ni o adan ni 900,000 technologies and the what's adan President Mahama na see ye enti ya digital ni nyina no na sase ni na wie ye ni enti sadan we as far as esi wo no ade bia ye pese ye bia no ye betumi en wo Ghana ha through digital just be my wiase eti ade na ba wo me asori a ena nanado Mr. Digital Man I love digital man quack digital man, empty digital man. Enti mu anka so wura John Dramani Mahama te wono a ne mu twa ntrosa no ne mani nwu kakra na wo ye pani o ade a wo ye no enye o na jai wate say last state of the nation address and one running no question make catch on say there will be a timer oh say state of the nation address wo mabiem was asisho wo mabiem last one and one man no sa na mre bi beso a president no wonni biem enti manukredie ni wanim digital center no na ehu ye no ani e-passport na John Mahama de baye etu ye passport na digital ententem a ene ye passport bibia ye se register online no eni na John Mahama de baye eti ade biem ne ye gene worias ya my digital boni panabaso John Mahama baye mo kasai ya mo ka digital ni postati ade ne te wo recognize him, respect him. Munkase John Mahama na start ye. Ni asu ye beto aso no. Ye bedru ye ne ya to aso. Ya baemu. Mame ntro se. Kente. Ya se akwa bi ne ye frɛ no otakra ha. Ene kraku ya ampemu se wanwani. Ena wo mko hunu ananse a wonwiri kente. Ena krohin wo mo de baaye. Ya ka kenta bakosem bia ye bo modin. Asante ahemfo yo mo baaye obiri yobo a twumantwi kobia mamfi sabre no na ye kura bata na ye ka asante abekosem a ye bom mudin ne kuma senye de aye what ya see obi be hase na obi aba betoa so nemom de opotoma ne fie no wenchiri so de bebom atebiedi owura John Mahama ebe ye we mani si ha Yes, you have drew yano, ya twaso, ya kosi say that is government. Mobile money interoperability. Mosemun amade baye, wa bra ye wo video haba wo mianka saji to mu say, ampa John Mahama, and what de baye na mum na sika ne sododo, and obe renegotiate and omote so na mum John Mahama de baye. Minia. Aya wodia. Ada na wotesa ba wo mia. Can no create Ghana for now? Can no create what is wrong with you? Let me tell you something. Bedemanu see. Star 274 hash. Star 274 hash. Select number 1. Power SYZ. Now me 1,000 Ghana in numere. Mini adaje. Me hiti sano. Sikawa me ho. Na me chabi ma mi nchantro. Ene. Nanadu dan kwa kufu abe kasa wa kasa ye no. The state of the nation went to me and cover water region. The state of the nation yaman penny and unemployment. The state of the nation yaman penny and cocoa sector. The state of the nation yaman penny and to me and kasam fagalem seho. The state of the nation ya mampani antre e kadodo a Ghana de. And I'm no say Ghana de ka more than 600 billion. Million Ghana for. Kasa me de sorry so say. Obia wanya almost 6 billion within 2 years. Obia wanya 6 billion within 2 years. Now I'm fanya he. No ababe catro say IMF so obema me 3 billion within 3 years. Now the best is Ghana or your trofo or the adao. Voting for Bawumia is a continuation of Akufo-Addo. We cannot risk our life and allow President Akufo-Addo to continue his term. Mesramo na nado na mamuo no se Ghana fo nyina be yera na wobuni manya wope. Enti NPP mu alantrematen mu eni hopsia doye mu eni omo ka ho apam wo mu nyina. Said ye be ya autocratic leader obetumi atoa so. O preach virtue but or practice evil. We cannot allow Bawumia and Nanado to continue. Please, Let's vote for John Dramani Mahama. 24-hour economy man is coming. Star 274 has selected number 1. Power SYZ. Star 274 has select number 1. Power SYZ. Ubetumi echa 30 Ghana. Ubetumi echa 40. Ubetumi echa 50. Ubetumi echa 100. And then me 1,000 Ghana. Now I say we echa 100 Ghana. No 1,000 Ghana. What 100 fimwa? I can 100 cities. So moka. Me becha usika. Iti koswa necha. Uchaba compare 5 cities. Me no 10 cities. Me answer 15 and 9 20. Chane more na disika bebre. Wabra me ba bete. Me kwaba me ba no ba bete sika no de amount. Am wanya de also wo bedi ne nanwumre. Me ba ya pe na me run first one no. Yanko Dr. Solomon, ni yanko nkodi nkomo. Ya ba ene ye ne mrase badwani a owo kentampo ene lawyer baako ene ne ye ne won ba besia ye. Twen ye ba sia.
Yo, me that's be na ne hwe infertility males and females. The antina Ghana ha say oba time so a we popping board near wie. Animu ye buku 7 days akwa ba wie. Ebi ko Dubai, ebi ko hwan. No wie na after year, 2 years, ye hwehwe akwa we fe ye hu. Ana sesa nkra ne ko. The na esi. Adentina ne memman so personal cantancy. Be more worry every 2-3 years. Yes, low sperm count and oligospermia and sperm could be nim. At the end of the sunny man ecoso. It's a near share the causes and of infertility in males and females in Ghana. I shall say from member. A member no subset the on say young just remember the young shadow say, yeah, member says Sabi any of Meshia scientifically no. A yes sperm do be producing yanya crana in ya 20 million per male. I'm repeating. Se bema betimi ene obehia manyinsia ba eyese mema one produce kra no me fa 1 mil of your sperm esenya 20 million 1 mil of your semen na esenya 20 million sperms and above adentia a sperm na nka ekonyinsia ba no fan se bia oni oba no wo fan so wa 10 adentia ye hia 20 million ye tie ne se ye komrika on se mo na nipa na do so no na mrika ne mu ye hye fanse ye komrika na se bia me ene nipa ba ko me no so me hwe we fu ne na dia metu no me kwa me nka me ho but more na ye dos na more competitive enti wo say speed no so aspem ne kon ye hia because within the seconds kakra bi ye hia no yes sperm no otimi fa himfi ho e fa service nim e ko fa womb nim no ko fallopian tubes cord fallopian tubes nim na say egg na wato nso e ba e ko hia na head on collision cause manyin se ba. And it's a sperms and anchor dorsum. Yenya enough speed, momentum, no, and monting for short time, and head of collision in common in Sema. And 10 year here, 20 million and above sperm production. Obecha could be there a year 2,500. Obequado be as a pipe about a man. Where he him, dear Prana Massa Hound Adorsum, and Macmago Samiensa. Edding kind. Yeah, memma ye adma with Jahon. And so be electric welder. Bema or your catering us or he teach him with Jahon. Obi so sebe truck driver tipa car driver they are na empebons ya na engine wo sebe yete so eti yesi the insulators and na say form eto so no obu a heat ne bona sebe na ade na ya de so ya hade aye say so won say awia bo na say awia mu ye hia won say madwoa no testicles no eno mpe heat sperm production won say aka ba hia ya ase se body ne so ye hia Once editach ne ho na asage e che say sperm production no on pe heat tie to Ghana for me nyina for me adwuma ogya ho say yen hye ene me be protect yen welder enti dey wo ma ka dey esam hye no hye na nkankan ne etatra advance seats no because what ha adwen pa yen pe fu makoto ngu so say be heat ne mboye tokwe no because as more heat ne bono na sperm production e kwa low na say e kwa less afa yen ko yanim ya produce sperm na wi yes say be check ni ma mienu ye di ka hwe the quantity of sperm production. And we are the quality of sperm production. The Emma quantity no Emma no anyone we are more with Jaho no. And a woman sabe of channel accidental you be or food dia and or to care na carrying accident. And no bet na majuane so it may affect sabe sperm production. And a woman sabe wo nyini no and as wo ba na nimo no I be very cosel. Ya na a dilated vein and I say ye testicle de hia moja ho do be ko na bibia ko kama obu abon se vein na moja efuma ko ho no production site ho no ankasa na emu no abie ana se ahono sense ebu ho se apa bon sa fe no bon se aye se aha akwa se gata na ade ahyem na esi kwan na nsuo ne force na akwa bloated no aha eba sa wo na akwa affect wo sperm production no we nyina ka ho se a wo by the time a ye nche simi analysis no na count na akwa low ebio ye records ni biem be ma wo genital infections they can be ma fan se bia wo oti gono bi ana white bi de ba ne se wo produce konkonti ba no ha sensu ne prefer ya de nim ba no by gravity be sa na chi sei esa che once abe no abeda sa sperm that way mo if I saw produce 25 million sperms and yenko ye kwa tikidenke de yenko si ya pabo so ko pimnek na si akwan na konkonti ba na nyinse ban aye sift out na sa kechire na nsu bi na shutu to nko count no once akwai less e basa si apa once na afi sebe awo ho be yede afi yenko the quality of sperm production sperm na produce one nya well defined head as an oval head nya distinctive tail e bet masumi obu abonso be produce sperm no ade ese over na ntia kwa square ene bonso utanye na oshudisi abonso akwa wo bawo na ntedi pa bi na nitika kala kwa de bebre o eni kwa se basa most of the infection na ohoro etimi ba na affect na adi nature na as abo distort a well defined head obu abonso afenis yes how quality ona obonso sperm will produce all right but ni tail na tia abonso entimi nsumi enko de bia abonso nitinye sa no ho na sebe basa si apa na wo ho ekwa yede ebio ubon say the energy and say momentum sperm no be dware speed akọ egg no ho no sperm na kwa weakling sperms ase wo mo kwa mu nia hoden eti bon say seconds kakra bia say otimi kodu kosua no onu ho na kosua no kra batch matter fallopian tubes na eba womb nim basa si apa implantation take place outside the womb si apa na ekwa ectopic pregnancy no e basa si apa bon say na akwa bia ho na nyinse no so entimi ama we nyina ye hawa emema no the start ya nas higher entima bema yentimi enyinsen ma sebe ne father's day celebrate bi sa ha we nyina no mema no fam hia ene ye bia ye fe the Solac natural clinic ho Solac natural clinic enkra ha yokokomemle Harvard Senior High School ho na na ebutu sa na okọ kaso anso akaso Old Market second bus stop na so yo ho bebio Solac natural clinic bra oba de ya mo na enema mensa yesi be ma no one yen hwe se wo no o count no yesen count na e bia 20 million no bia de na 2 million 1500 e de be na esi e bia infection bi na aba ama konkonti ba na pod I sift out ana blockage bi na aba e be onya accident bi e na nam so aba na e how be na say production site na nkasa site no e na ntimi produce yenye sa hwehwemu ne ma wo enti be kan ye osimi analysis won say wo de ne tesɛn ne ya check both quantity and quality no na de tiene say in case wo de count na ofuma your herbal medicine be say 2004 Poya do say ye ne kan you 2004 herbal department and ya bobo ano ya compile PhD students and my master and ya compile evidence based a bit me a boost to sperm production amount as in testicles no what 20 million above na wo pɛ no bia we better test ni bia we dey bia count no na say o produce all right but bia bibi na asi infection bia ba bibi asi eti aboniti no na akoye square till no ate o makwa weaklings no na ade a your herbal medicine evidence based a betimi aboawo na ama information abakama na afa omonya hoode obetimi push no betimi call no kosia no ama nyinsen mana father zenia celebrate you bi sa ha we nyina no wo de ba Solac natural clinic ebeboawo me senkra na ye two locations ye kokomemle Harvard Senior High School nche ho na ye ho sa na kaso Old Market second bus stop on anso no obo Solac natural clinic ho sa na kumasi yo kentin kro no aha ye ne self filling station no ene dia nim hwe kentin kro no kumasi self filling station ene dia nim hwe eba awo ho nsem be ma fa bedan ye sanse ye ho nim de ho akarituma bowo amanyins wonya ba ato na so ye nkomma ho die ntine ne ema oba ware ya wose sabe wonya ba ento na so ene ma kwon sa e9 ne ka ho asem one oba sebe genital infection so oba odepo a nsuo ensansa bi ba ho ne ade na de gene say ebe ma wo ho ya de ma wo genital infection de gene say sperm no obedware na aba say infection so ba ho ma emwa sebe wonam yetro sans odepo nsuo no emote na kon etro to mo se konkonti ba no wo fro so kwa na pa no ofro na apa no na ba mabu no nyina san wanchi to bo wo se afo no kunu hia ensu ekoma nyinsia ba na se ensu nyina sa ba e bo nka ese ma wo ho ayoden ebio the same old day progenital infection na no obon se ebas na eba na ma menstrual date asha asesa ade anka 15 plus or minus 2 no obon se drift 2 weeks na aba a week before obon se afede obon se 2 months but twice but say once some miscalculation mismatch no almost a da wo free so danger no any danger a da free so save no now you say it was so more danger meaning kwesi manyin say ba obekom no na ntesa na yesa sa how nyina no oba ye hwama e wo solak natural clinic ye wie e man who is obi oba on say you are there for no ovarian cyst ya na balloon bi ase ensuo ne time na hang around the ovaries to kosia say bekwa productives no na akoto nsuo nim eba sa ase apa ubonse kosia na say o se nsuo ka kosia na say sa hawre nyina no ye wa draw hono ma e wo solar natural clinic betuma boa wo na correct ya mo nyin sa ato ba ato na so ebie eba ye hwe how mature eggs are producer na say how mature are your eggs kosia na woto ne kosia nyinyini oba be kosia nyinyini ya nketenkete ade wo mu kure mpai so oba be kosia se be arenka otwintwam ade bo mu mpai sa hawre na fa be dan eno oba ebe na wumbu ne bi wo sakoye se bi on se abortion bi e ma akoyi su na ye boom it ma fragments ba ho it ma wo ho eden a ye se atwa wo scan sa na ti a your herbal medicine bit me aboa wo na edra wumbinim na boy sa hawre nyina every ho ye did the Solak natural clinic your nkrobata miensa ene ogana ha enkra mi ne kumase baako kumase no your kentin kro no aha kentin kro no ye ne shelf station in the denim hwe obenya Solak natural clinic ho sana enkran so kaso a old market second bus stop na ubehu yen en na afi kokomlemle eye Harvard Senior High School na na ubenya Solak natural clinic ho sister da kan ho sansa oba no nyame de na beja yen empire no abo fasting waye akora nyame de abeja yen wote ho a osu ba be fa no kofie na ni jebra kwasi bia fa nkohwe pese homani ni nkomo e number no eye 0553 932631 0553 932631 ye did the Solak natural clinic yes quality first apobidi papa de ye ho ne wo ye twa hosisia.
Upon your arrival, you are introduced to your butler, who plans your itinerary. So many activities, all in the same purpose. Visit the gym or the stables, they have it all. At my break, I'm able to practice my putting. They used only electric vehicles here. This creates a serene environment. I'm told it's over 1,000 acres. My cabin here sits on 2 acres with a large terrace space overlooking my private swimming pool. Now this is royalty. They have their own farms, thousands of fruit trees. I can also have my lunch here at the waterfall. Quite a beautiful place you have yourself.
The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. Natural mineral water. Simply natural. For bulk purchase, call 0596 273 546 or 0596 273 547. This advert is FDA approved.
How far we've come these past 30 years. Welcome to Medimosis Clinic and Herbal Center, an award-winning and well-established health facility specializing in treating prostate-related diseases, male and female infertility, sexual weakness, erectile dysfunction, and a range of health concerns. Our state-of-the-art laboratories and equipment offer services such as digital X-ray, mammogram, 4D ultrasound, a fluoroscopy machine, and more. We have a well-stocked dispensary of herbal medicines, and not forgetting our fully equipped dental clinic where we perform excellent dental procedures. As we celebrate 30 years of serving our community with care and compassion, our team of experienced doctors, nurses, and staff will continue to support you on your journey to wellness. Thank you, Ghana, for entrusting us with your health. Here's to Medimosis Clinic. Medimosis Clinic and Herbal Center, your partner in health, now and for the years to come.
Yɛdsan edamase a yasan transe na nkomo no eno ano no meguso a mani abre a metwa me nsa akade. It is *274#. Select number 1 power SYZ. Enter. Na me draw the first person one win no. Nti obewuram a wuram ntem obetwa atwa ntem. *274#. *274#. *274#. Select number 1 power SYZ. Power SYZ. Na bra beka busuya no. Ten. Srew. 1,000 cities na me chenene. It also bra beka ho. Na me rane na won so bra. Be do the *274#. Select 1. O select number 1 na wecha. Ba ko 5 cities, me 10 cities. Me answer 15, 20. Ubetumi etwa 100 Ghana. Ubetumi etwa dodo bi a pebia ne twa. Na yewia me berane na wonso osika wadie no media mawo na mo amohwe o Facebook no esramo abayifo bi abakurom ha anytime bia ye be start program pe na omati Facebook no na ekọ esibebre na ede ya ne mpese ye be complain first no wo ya obehu se preko pe na ade na bonani frefre hwim na views no say 1k a we say aba 5 na eguso enfro enkobiem ba se say de wunya boba wo me din anana do din a na Facebook no atiayira you say nanado eni ba wo me ya ye mo mu din e wo Facebook but YouTube no de wo ntumi nye saa wo ho etu betumi ahwe YouTube no XYZ broadcasting wo betumi ahwe live e wo ho ha nti wo share Facebook no awa free ho na bra YouTube na be video one way craft from today onwards one way craft jam be Facebook no dia chomo ya YouTube akoye baby etie no ano ene me ne empanimfo akukuda mienu ena asia Joseph Kwame Kuma we mrase bajani ema Kentampo North oha ena ye ne lawyer Anote Frimpong ono so oye lawyer and historian ono so ye ne no asia aha ya ye babedi nkomo e dia fa issues aba ye man panin na nado danko akufo ado eko na ne kono a woko no ni state of the nation na etwato e na champion man like Toronto odi abetu dwa no na okọ omabiem parliament onsi obiem e state of the nation address biem si okọ omabiem si no ano no nti mame mampanifo yakwada mampanifo madam mama kwaba
bacho meje oso
na mumpum bokode
obia
very good on of message also 20 minutes state of the nation address January betumi afa bibia
yo mame fa akwanya na menchi atiefo nyina tuturu me papa menu yankuma na nanom me mame no ma omosoma memra se bedwa che omosoro nko Kentampo man enka Ghana man nyina ana mechia His Excellency John Dramani Mahama any national chairman the Copim party ni bia NDC ni bia all Ghana I mean one thing is I am tati am MPP for so ko ye bo number nu ne ba sana
positive and negative
ni omo di tro from no ne de no kura no de twagu nti ya me chia omo omo nya asuti nti ye na general so me chia ni omo nya amanofo e wo man no mu chia mo soronko
okay
floating voters ene ya papa no ya nananom a mo mpa amanyosem
ona bo 20 minutes o
me da se bia kura die ni nkoyi nti nya mam ne nka ne se hu hia pa ko obi bu afu se nyukure na obi ndi nti no o se amanyofo mo ye pe enye nyukure
okay
ye nye pe ebinom di nyukure mo de mo nyukure
bi su twa
na binom so sane awoko mu no a entro no ye be kire mu His Excellency John Dramani Mahama
sure
am say me kai say offer governance of this country o kana sembi o say akadompe the flesh asa akanam kitwa bi na ebata ho kasakwa na o kan say economy na wo inherit no na ensheda nye bete sa nti o pese Ghana fu ohu o de ne nyukura beye na djuma say na esitie ne nyukura ni sen obaye obebo obosua ebe 33 billion and odi ye na djuma e ka ho at the close of the period wo
free ono
na 120
ono akasa be free obaye no ne bosi ade na 50.4
billion 50.4 billion na afi obe free aban mu nyina no odi bon ne obeto ye mu ka ho a na afi na ye 120 billion na ye kai
but to set the record straight
very good
we know a house of records
very good
President Akufo-Addo state say
sir
obaye no was say debt na wo ho na 122 billion sure ini
well
this is the first state of the nation address
of the nation address
and state is
if I'm to go by President Akufo-Addo's first state of the nation
122 billion
I work 122 billion
sure
me gidie ebe so ho kakra because me won ma me counter no ha
okay
Argentina mean 122 billion o de ma me fa ma no say na Ghana de ka 122 billion Ghana de ka 122 billion obeto ya and then omampani nanado ni His Excellency Bawumia omumpiem be di nyukura nkyere Ghana fo e say akodu sen e ka Ghana dis say 608 billion Ghana cedi 608 billion Ghana cedis ena omoba omobroka omoma so from 122 no e de eba 600 no nti Ghana for yanya mathematics yentim firimu e jese na na do ni na aban eba ye no we says na we 10 8 na we aka 5 for her so 4 nti omonko abebroka 480 billion
122 minus 608 minus 122 almost 588
remember this 6 and that is 6 all the way can 10 minus 2 8 now we na ka 5 until 1 minus 5 4 486 billion
okay
and no more abebroka na ka ho na ka yi hu hia me adenti na me kasa ansa na mo beba aban mu no atro no ndada usisu ha no ene na mo de campaign
okay
campaign be na mo ye inu apanyi His Excellency Bawumia ema Ghana fo hu se senka omo na omo bo bosu be 33 billion a nkomo di aye 1000 komo di aye 3 times ni ajo mama be ye no se no di aye right o kai sa asem no His Excellency Bawumia ma Ghana fo hu se so omo na nkomo be nya even 33 billion a your mama no di interchanges 54 billion a what di ye acquire the hospitals clinics inya ya card ya beche membre nti enyuma page on mamba e-blocks wo ye dodo emande na on concentrate on community day senior high se na ebe ya awofo ne aban ho beto mo na wo sinum yambia ba bia wo de ko ba bia no from 54 billion na wo de yes anyoma nyina ya ka interchange cycle your friend say poku ase oye ni nyina designs awoye nimdie no ko awoye no so bi ma me nyina we so na me kan kire Ghana fo se yen kayo so bi feasibility studies kura ya nimdeɛ no consultants na ya no your mama de saa ntoaso a ɔbɛtoa so interchanges a ɔse wɔn wa bɛyɛ sen your mama ne deɛ no yɛmmisa ne sɛ consultancy ni no ɔma ɛkɔ so a ɔbɛto ɔn ne tu aka na nyina your mama de na ne 54 billion ni mu ɛna ɔde yɛ saa no ɔma ne nyinaa e-blocks Bank of Ghana Hospital no ɔma yɛnim sɛ your mama yɛ nyinaa akwan okay say his excellency your mama na onu kura wa taxing ministers say obia ntina katu aso famra on the build numerous chip compounds over 2000 chip compounds or see the mama yi this obi wa man no hold on say or the man say his excellency your mama is uncomparable obia to me fan home be his excellency your mama because Ghana car akra obema yedi you know 54 billion what the son woman be brebe and they to me obian to me fan home compare minia I didn't say America say 122 billion minjin din in saying Nanado his excellency Nanado the first state of the nation address over 2015 no also no or no 2017 yeah or country we are seeing now say his excellency your mama now or no be inherited 2.4 billion or energy sector. Nanado first state of the nation address. Sure. We have inherited a heavily indebted energy sector. Very good. With the net debt written 2.4 billion US dollars up as December 2016. Me that say. I didn't make us say 122 nukura mingini ndini say and that state of the nation Nanado be ready and yes I'm here. 2024 page 17 we are told you're saying we shall honor the moment and the state of the nation address 2017 they now go to you know and there was say your mama Eddie Kasai and mom
was saying which established that the IPP's arrears position was not 1.6 billion that had been previously reported in the media but was actually 1.2 billion.
Very good.
So that is saving of some $400 million.
Wakasano, which means we are also in Nipano 2.4 billion. And our Jama Moka. And then Waho ne hu fina ubegu ye no nda wa pepa jo mama ho fiko to say akwara mo no o say entisa 1.2 billion and na ugina so aka say mo amama be save 400 o ka sa no se mutie donkuma na question ayi bi say na say na sika no we
ya
na sika no we o si wa save that much sika no we na me ka say sa figure 122 o mo ko tikura no gidie ni mu mame nti ekosi ho asa na o ka say de tro e de bedi to me a enche papa ta aka nche me say wi ase amaba no me ma me nyukura nya ba ko na omode tro ni adada de to so saa onyukura ba ko no be pepa ni nyina ama ohwa ya fiko that is the sort of personality we have as His Excellency John Dramani Mahama minua the state of the nation address okay mo cameras no ho why you know ma digital center ni no ma His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wo ye fiber optic ni no ma wo ye
sure
billions of miles I want see aya ama yanya the first video because na nkanya sankane use analog analog no ntimi ma oni obi enkasa through video
debi
your mama na ebe ma yanya video etimi nya video because of the fiber optic obe ma yanya ye na sende obi mbo na baso a nka yensuan nka bansuan His Excellency late President Mills metintra sorry late President Mills by His Excellency Kofo adwuma wo ye say NY highway no anameboa and a Jubilee field what of the oil field worker commission of Free President Kofo opani una o she we ase obabi we brane commission and no na His Excellency Nanado ni ba wumi ase o mo nye wo we ase a saa tro no nyina no nde udi video say den eda ni nyina di no
sure
enti no ye mbabunu no Ghana for yensua the state of the nation last year His Excellency Nanado Emma Ghana for nyina hu say road sector no one na ban it was unprecedented
sure
anameboa O say unprecedented.
O say 11,000 and over.
Mo cameras na kwa.
There be.
Unprecedented. Na unprecedented dia. Na ende road sector unprecedented no. Me enye kasatinte obinka ene toponko. Me mpeso aso entampoman enhu sa road sector no bi. Ebia road Eastern region. Akwan no kentampoma yenhu ye.
Road hu bi.
Me ni bi. Insensensi John Dramani mama de kentampo krodua no my contract. Omo wo so ano omo ye gutters ni no ma. Na nka omo de bibia gusu kama. Ba be pem nde. E na me twe pen. E na me free deputy road minister. E ma no ba floor of parliament. E be yi ano say yes. They even owed the contractor 26 billion. That is 2.6 billion. Nti it's a fact. Enya tro. Bando kwa kentampo kuruma kwa nyina ada ho. Minia. Nti continuity ni ho. Nti obedwa na num last year. Say state of the nation na kwa ya waye aban bia ni ho waye da no.
Undertaking Boamah de ekura was undertaking a major road construction and rehabilitation programs across the country. Over 11,674 kilometers according to Ministry of Roads and Highways. I am not aware of any government that has done as much as in the road sector since independence.
Me name say aba ye betu 2024 no. Me mpeso aso for omubu afu pa. Sa roads omo akotu bebrebe no ntampon sanye den enka bi. Nti owo a wutie mi na ni ameka kire bebo Ghana for kokone me sro say ye dagati ni na wo safi. Ana wo oye daga oye bulusani ana oye dagomba ni na wo Kumasi ana Accra. Na sebi omaye omokwan bi ewo memfa ne say Eastern region. Now ka say okurom so bi koso a mesro nde after program ifrefie na ka say from Bole edi ko wa kwan no say na esitie. Masa da chu be ko fio. Ma obi mbiri wani so embre na du say nyukure no beda di 2024 election ya de nyukure na ekoto aba no. Okay. Enye ni ameme ma ni amahu ni say ye papa mampanyi na nado international community no ena media no no opese ya omonfa nsam no bi na yemfa nya adwuma na in reality on the ground no nsam no ni ho mini. Okay. For instance,
now the miss
very good. Free senior high for example. I mean bibi. The issue of review ya kano. And then na me need deputy minister of education ye engage stations no one after the other after the SONA. Now come baby say bi no say omo say your mama ba obetwa free senior high mu inside of the word review no omo person omo da so yet propaganda no. Okay. Me sure me ma bibi you see they from my big brother Dr. Clementa Park. Okay. Newo honye it's about World Bank or money World Bank negotiations see a question. Okay. The page will be quoted for you. I'll forward to you. On Free Senior High School, when dealing with the IMF, DMB, stroke MPP, say they will review and rationalize it. But when dealing with Ghanaians, they say they will improve it. Omoko IMF report. Okay, say mrebi. Adongo ka say the state of the economy. So omo present state of economy in my international community. Omo you see different figures. Say ba Ghana, omo you see different figures. Omo bri ani so. Enta ma fetch need those rating agencies. Eya omo ma ye cut down because omo you see international figures. But omo ba fie no omo read budget na. Omo ma ye different. Omo fa nyukure figures in nyade. Okay. Let me tell you. Let me hold here me pa. And it is what I'm referring to you. Figure no me throw page no. In the educational sector, IMF the omodemo in the educational sector, we will review and rationalize the free senior high school program. Point 47, page 76 or IMF document. Okay. Baba omo budget mo I must say TME under my government. Free senior high school will continue and we will improve upon it. Point 168, page 69. Okay. Our document move. Meanwhile, World Bank, they will review na say NDC ni ko boss and I say your mama say obe review free senior higher yes obe no mo dey say o obe chop meanwhile I am a momo say mo be review
review okay and the State of the Nation address President Akufo-Addo Eka say everybody who knows me know that I don't drink alcohol. Now, me wanwa kakra say the State of the Nation address. Now, our private life also the efa ho ben. Sa wono mansa, ana wono mansa. But I think I have this video here. Yeah, me pese ye na ye hese. E de na na amaye mampani aye pacha asa no. Ye he video no. Because ye mampani aye pacha dodo. Minima de kode ya na ama na ye pacha asa no, but ye he video emra. Okay. Okay. Meba. Ye mungre mu na ye nhade but me san abasia na ya babere because ye mampani minima de kode ye ma ne bo sa no. Na senyan san e bo ye mampani sa no. E ma match or we say Merry Christmas there. Na ade kode ye mampani nom ya obo ye no na no hye. Eni he.
Wow, this is it. Oh, Miss Mana. Oh man, this one is very painful. Very painful. This is it. Wow, this is it. Oh, Miss Mana. Oh man, this one is very painful.
Nana Kwaba. Na minima de kodi anu anu ma na ye obasasa no. Because so man pani awon no nsa, memete ya no me no nsa. Eti hu me se me gu me hu ani ma sesei. Ene ya de kodi anu awon no ne de ye man pani no kwasam ubegya agya na ade kodi no anu ohyepa e chensa. That's it. Yura anoche lawyer. Odaroma. State of the Nation address. Any all this issue aba. I think said this issue of your man penny to say or no monsa. Minim say we a historian what the your man your cemetery personal life involve State of the Nation one. I say man penny cast one monsa I say for the can home ye the truth.
Me did say me ya no bia met me aka say na mom me ba hyase no senia menue honorable okay no so chechi a NDC for na ne mpesu aso ene won president baby ameti na che say me de me be ye MP ama wo mu nka politics ho kura
okay
me de no no nti me ka magana fo nyina
good
well ye ka State of the Nation addresser Article 67 of the Constitution ni a kire ne say ye say parliament ejina homa oman ni nyina any judiciary wo mo jina homa say ye hwe say ye de mra no eye adwuma sa ekuo mienu ye say wo mutumi etena ho na yetie anase ye je omampani na numu nsam efa na mamu ho on behalf of the people of Ghana akwamia say afibia na ukan bibi say o mabiem obeye last one parliament na most bia on fanko na mum obeye last one time on hande over no obeka ne dwumadie ne bibia owia na fe new president no so yaso ani no abeye ne oye nti aka last one parliament and judiciary ebetie nenumu asem. Now when it comes to near wubisa here mejidi se bia 31 or more people of Ghana no omampani pese o kire yen say next day for so yes ade no se pastor no o preachi e kire mpanimfo no a ya no waka bibi kitwa bi so a kire nkwada wọ́n sẹ́ mpanimfo ne ka kire sẹ́ memo adwaman memo kro no menye sei na nkwara no so waka kire o mi se bia o ma me nkwan si wa hwe ne wan kwan ko school amenkofo obi pen we nam ka kwa mu ahwe yie nti me gidi say as the father of the nation no president ne ka o man no ho nsam saa na bia eduru baabi obeka bibi so akire nkwara sensanom enya de papa cigarette enya de papa enya de papa no de wono ano ho no
say
wodi ejina ho aye nti me se me ka bia ma no sana meka na mom the other side of the coin is that a very serious business the state of the nation address no nientia ye serious business and especially at this time no and say wokasani nyina no amanfo etwero eno na ebaboa opposition no mo hu the sort of manifesto a wo de beba out me ba no betisa na wo kan se wi say president no a deliver state of the nation's address one can unemployment wo asem at least a chama so mo kan no ma ba miensa enan
unemployment galamsey
who asem and corruption inti sanu me ya
sa water lake ya spillage ri eno so wanka ho asem ya
inti sa eno ma no president no amubodin no this is the time wo mu a epe konwa no ebedi te say president Mahama na other party biara ebeba no mo so mo church na mu how to address them because sabi yo hweba bia wo wote kura no immediately why you note and we say no maybe or her president no wanka it is not too much a time for condemnation but it is a time for sober reflection we ba twedi agu wanim say ne waye wo note na nka nana dwi president Mahama wona na nkoto na o chiro nana dwi so na nka baumia so ona because the penny no ebeko papa no megina parliament ye mu na 10 bm say ye the frank ano de ahye wisem baumia so ensem nti won so de na wo kan fa ho ene wo nea wo kan ye say me you look at something like agenda 111 the bia ya meka say obeto hospitals ni bi ewo ho na a new slogan agenda 111 emre du say madam fubiwa ho onya accident wo Nigeria ECOWAS headquarters no ye Ghana ni na ye fly no helicopter ambulance ye de ne ba na ka ne kwa brochiro ne ye se Ghana for facility bu ha ye de ne ba ete say brochiro pepepe ye University of Ghana Medical Center say Nigerian doctors too e ka no ho e ba ye no ebe kan say omu hu bi sadi bida e wo Africa babia.
I think I have it here in University of Ghana Medical Center.
Na mitwa madam for no enye good semebo ni di yeguso ai omo imana ayarsa nti nia me pesa me kire ne se nchai kura nia me pesa me kire ne se no maybe wo why see you to me consolidate if it is agenda 111 hospitals na see you bet me consolidate na abeka 11 na be ye kra be hwe to say an oil rich country like Nigeria one doctors too bedi adanse ya ebabua omani nyina nti se opese medisi an America dey say opese meto so okay nti ni America
it's all the issue ni nyina no ye discuss
ya so meka e dey akira wo say emra so say ba umia ne Mahama nyina ani wo mu ebe akire no ebe copy something from this but is a president a campus who asem
good
one can bibi biara akire say government no achieve out of sports because o can be manage say no ne president Tamils omi nyina we University of Ghana football team but in reality no since 1982 Ghana for winning African Cup of Nations no the be abekobi ekogu yenimu ase and the president no entumi anka bibia about sports. I believe that it's time for the MPP itself that how do we resuscitate Ghana sports in general. Emra so say maybe wo ho ane wo university specialist training college ewo Winneba na sports hu dwumadie na wo mu edi are we to bring back this facility because sports in general atonsium yetumi nya zuma analysis na I quote mo ene e di blame ekogije world level lores e de braye ene atonsium kura kane nank yetumirika yete edin bi sa Alice anum ene ahei in atonsium. Until I believe say the State of the Nation's address, our president, Amano, or no, echo. It's not the time to talk too much about it, but it's the time to take a little, not a little, everything from it for Ghana, in order that we may go ahead. Because okasani nyinano one can be biasa me betu say and a mabuama na kwa say but na kwa ye bibi to say ni ambetu na enye na maye papa. I can assure you say maybe our laws do not give the chance and the room for continuity. Na me de say oka constitutional review wasem say emre say mu ye review constitution
sa no ka no.
Okay, say me no basa
me different o.
Come on tie.
Me ba no ba be kan. As said you sit me de no de. Okay. What say? Electoral Commission na you. Aha. What say, Mr. Speaker? That's page 4, paragraph 20. What say, Mr. Speaker? It is not a perfect document. Okay. I was starting, but me started from Finfiano. Namadeko. What say? It is not a perfect document. Constitution do not ever pretend to be, but it has served us well these past 32 years. Considering where we have come from, it is a sacred document that should not be tempered with lightly. But I hasten to add, our constitution did not descend from heaven. We Ghanaians drew it up to serve our needs, and we can amend it to suit our changing needs and circumstances. We should work towards finding a consensus on the changes that the majority of Ghanaians want made to the constitution.
So it's just as I was saying, on can say, may I fair and sound constitution.
It is a sacred document.
Oh, it is a sacred document because constitution is not an ordinary law. Anytime we are to Messisa, it takes about 2/3 majority of parliament, and then after that there will be a referendum. It is a wasi de bia obese dia and the nature say be busumi ense bia beto so aba sana no party na niam
on the issue of the constitution omampani kana samende say they have to amend it. He's a human rights lawyer. It's our father pretending before the nation. It was 33 funds. Call it the common fund. This is Assembly Common Fund. Call it the NHIS fund. Call it the GET fund.
Yeah.
Funds in our constitution, no
National Health Insurance. Ghana Education Trust Fund, Road Fund, Energy, District Assembly, very generated.
All those funds, the constitution has clearly explained their nature of distribution, the timely releases of funds, and what under his governance did he obey this constitution. So if my president is standing before the world today and tell me that constitution, and say he has not come to obey.
Now, so what you're capping and realignment, what you're capping and realignment act at the Bamho. That's a EMA Capping and Realignment Act 2017 at 947. What the Bible one with the 2 months?
Maybe. Sanji Tumuna Yekano. That is why we always keep telling the Ghanaians say about to Motoma, the sort of votes that they voted, they didn't give the minority which will stand for Ghanaians the numbers like they gave the MPP. It is very important. Say that's
2017.
2017. That time, for instance, currently you're fighting against the capping of GET Fund. GET Fund, Sky and Yunubamuno. I say
25%.
Yes. I say Nyeska. Now fixing dilapidated such as 5,408 dilapidated structures are condemning or basic schools. No, in the Oko basic schools now, the constitution mandate say you release it up to now. I cannot NHIS into Mima and by out.
So when
it comes about the constitution, so if you shouldn't stand and say constitution in normal be what say yere align yere yen komu ansana, the constitution is not fully being obeyed. Back some of these statutory funds are. That's an example.
So it means honorable.
For instance, the rights of humans, the rights of us in Ghana. Look at the killing that happened in Techiman. The human rights abuses that went against the killing in Techiman. Don't know about 1 million. The constitution says the military are not to be in charge of internal security, but military will use for the Techiman election. The constitution, as we have it, is it being obeyed? So say, your papa Jina Honda, no person country we have to say your constitution, no, you say your sign film, Emmanuel Suchi, Niabe Boya. I don't want to go for that.
What I would say is that more or less you have agreed with the president that there is something wrong with the constitution, and the reason is very let me land. The reason is very simple. The reason is very simple.
But yes, your constitution, there is something wrong with it.
Nipano constitution no yachiro no manu a ewo no yempe, and the constitution no enchire nia asotwe a ese yede ma omampani ana obi bia obeto to constitution no ase. And now, what patch said, no, my baby, one fine edguma. One fine edguma. Be anywhere what constitution, no more say near Suchi and I say a demano. I don't think a year good they say, Menu me, no, Senor Mampenicano. Immediately the next president, no, Bebano, or Besha say, constitution, no, ya de checks and balances, be bebemua, or been to me used to constitution and fentiatia, ye found who dear so. A be and say, under the constitution. When they say there is no cap on presidential, there's no cap on presidential appointments. We need that. Even the growth of parliament, or say parliament, members of parliament shall not be less than 140. So it means in future there can be 10,000 because there is no cap on it. The time has come for us to look at distance. Constitution appointment
of Supreme Court judges
and the Supreme Court judges.
So Babe appointed even another 3 at the account and son
Mpacho minyi ni so kansa o kansa 3B mpacho
o say 3B core retirement
3B core retirement ni passion minim say di ni passion professor Kote Mone others o mukwa ya di ni part
okay ni efe na obepo mo hotuma
ya di ni opo na mom say judiciary na wo de eba ho maybe be a hammer
there be Supreme Court no say 3B core retirement. It was the 3 babishim.
There be the 3 what 3 na kwa and what they are
What they are
3 na kwa and what they are I believe say at the moment, you know, say or the 20 impon or they kwa come constitutional you know because there is no cap on the number of judges.
In January 2024, 3 additional justices have been appointed to the Supreme Court to replace the 3 justices who have retired from the court.
That was in January.
True.
And to Ancaso be before. And I may patch say. So Casso Bayan so be a sin no quine.
So I
said the constitution is a dictatorial constitution.
Sure.
And ma will be a president to Ghana to me be a openia or person or the and now African Tampo area. That's is it Bono? Bono is. Say Bono is what I thought to say. Gaube complaining about the number of judges and the high court SCC. So many of them, circuit courts and then district courts, and men who be AFPA. Now, we area who say a new regional capital, Techiman, which is one of the biggest towns in Ghana, very, very flourishing town. The person who say high court, no, Nanka say Techiman Yabe Miensa. At the moment, one Kramu will be.
No.
And that's what Mukesi ya no mudi ekrano. Em se na mukọ wanti ya na.
Sunyane ne wanti. Sunyane ene wanti na yekọ. And now your friend is saying, "Okay, Western North, the whole Western North, include a guano section area.
Yeah,
una we yembesho. Na circuit court ba kope and the word BBN. And the high court ba kope and the Western into where you are so
proud. Roman foot down where dine 20 Abrasanda that be in a sea.
They say for but I'm talking about even the number of courts in that new region.
And I'm saying magistrate court to be so down.
Down why are there? Now what ba a so to say area bit to say at the moment Western region.
Yeah.
The whole Nzema land omuni circuit court be aho. And there is no high court. Wabra Sebio Kwame Nkrumah everyone grant mo and Africa's the first black scholar Nzema Anton William Amo na near yane say police for no complaining say obi a committee offense bia ye dini wo district court enye na say ye call circuit court or high court say nipa no say not to custody wo police station why na man aduane why na transport no wa branka high court na say circuit court baako e Nzema ho a nka be solve problem no nti near president no no ebi endru certain areas emboa won kwan bia so agenda 111 wo behwe no wo say regency bebre ebi ni ho now you talk about universities
no 20 also 23 new high courts and 29 circuit courts and 21 new magistrates.
When albums have been in Western region, have been in Western North region.
Sure.
And these are things I believe something should be done about because I mentioned na na meka say me who say yes court dan kama like Koforidia just last week me who district court kama bia esi ho kaswa in there me court or kaswa fanko me who say yes dan kama edi esi ho but within Accra we don't have any decent district magistrate court. Oh, Accra, Yenibi. And now you're saying here a huge mansion for a circuit court.
To say,
yes, so what you say? Yeah. And the high court is it is growing by the day. Kanenanke, you say just about 50 high courts in the womb. And then what the 100 crowd come and say come. Until I say immediately here be a count. Until no you are no baby, and until America say, and the next constitutional amendment, Yanya say the state or the Republic of Ghana policy, president biaba, government biaba, ube follow. Na ni akwa to say, so whom interchange be as interchange overhead be ewo.
Yeah.
Aban ne ba dem who say from Mr. Muhammad ye. Aban we 1 year or more. No commission that.
Yeah.
Now, the problem with all the past governments say because there is that lack of continuity, no. BBBA baby a year no. We here say obeto yeah. And when ya dia memebo Akufo-Addo nechi and membo nabaso. I believe that we need a system ma yenya flowing continuity.
So your constitution was completely no.
And a number of ministers. Sure. China. China mine can say no more than 1 billion. No. Omu ministers, Mr. Henry 30. And he said, yes,
sure.
And your core ministries, you see, we need the core. For example, or mine being Wabaka Sobetumaya or mine without, let's say, Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Sure.
Then finance, agriculture, trade, education, health. Interior, what you say,
yeah.
And transport and communication.
Sure.
But when we say menya core 8, I will say maka agriculture.
Maka agriculture.
Inti se wunya core we nape mienu bi fabra beka ho. There is no way Albert Maka say Ghana should get more than 15 ministers. Then deputies and one. You rule the country with 30 or less. Now normally a county says social protection, Ministry of Affairs and Railways, Ministry of Gender, Ministry of this. But our Ministry of Transport, a cater for everything relating to transport.
Sure.
So our Ministry of your friend is saying Interior, all things under defense are there. Then your friend Ministry of Interior, what's our defense? What's our Ministry of National Security? So and the chieftaincy. Who told you it's a chieftaincy? I am for here. minister. Into we are there so minor be pachonya President Akufo-Addo nko. Obia ba no so be ye bi.
Ya to ma omo no.
Anti mesra emra so say ye hwe ye ya hwe ye mo house na mo team no. Oh say started with just about 200 or so. Drew baby no. According to 275. I'm sure yeah.
Say cry you can say omo see a dine bi aka ho. Say cry can say by 276 because sir e ba be ka ho.
So
276 automatically.
Near say a tear say and say, Massa, you don't need a country such as Ghana. You don't need more than 150 people to make laws for us.
It should be for another day.
If you have decent-minded people.
The state of the nation, no. And one year.
And okay, Mami called tertiary education.
Utie asemia lawyer wakaya. Yes, adia o mampani Akufo-Addo ka say yenye. Because so here under judiciary no an ye kan ho asem no. Yes. Waka because me heard that angle no.
Me will say what dey me move
propose say e be a constitution no has not given us any limit. But from the background of campaigning to come to power,
good.
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the NDC was chastised. So, more running big government. Are you getting me?
Sure.
All those things were said against JD.
No,
yes. And now you have come and you have bloated the government.
SONA President Mahama Bennie said 88 ana.
88.
Yeah, and was lean government. And not the 125.
So what are you telling us?
The problem is with the constitution.
No. Very good lawyer. It shouldn't be about but the consensus of you, the leader of the nation. Do you think good for the people? Do you then have good listen for the nation? You chastise somebody, you are coming with a leaner government, you are coming to do better from taxation to production, and then you come and you overbloat the taxes and do all these things. Then we say the constitution has not given us a limit. The law, the law, yes, with the legal brain. So, for instance, they say we should have freedom of association of everybody by the constitution. So should we have freedom of association of armed robbers? Should we accept that? No, because the constitution does not say we should ban any association.
Or prostitute association of Ghana.
But the constitution frowns upon criminality.
Very good. But the conscience of the president and the leader of the nation should know that my overbloated government is now giving the country a burden. Then we shouldn't say because the constitution has not given him a limit into one shot and 1 year then. Now expand the territories. But I mean personally about the constitution.
Okay.
What you say? Because we said even we were fighting say they should have a ceiling of how many ministers and ceiling of the justices.
But I know, sir.
The three arms of government there must be a
constitution the number of cabinet ministers, sir.
Yes.
Also Mampeninya.
Yes.
Which was almost 19.
Yes.
But in the alphabet 20 something.
Yes. Well, and that is why I'm saying that if lawyer is telling me the constitution and today, as that's why I said Nanado is a human rights lawyer, then you close your eyes to all these things and you are now advancing now because you are going out, you are now advancing on the constitution when you very much know what about the last 8 years? Since you have been as a human rights lawyer, what making all the changes? What making all none there who free to know who propose no, okay, our daddy has not been fair to us.
Mami first and farmer Ghana Help Therapeutics. Ya womu ekremu amedi dwumadi e de esomo. Wose rheumatism sasabro. Wapo no wapo so kotodwe watiribre mo kase Ghana bam ebejewo. Ghana man capsules ebeboa ama aye bigger, longer and no. Wadaroma. Ghana capsules. Your prostate joy, a prostate joy. Into one ma, a bow, Emma Ujina so papa. Ghana have baby au bebre biano, Ubenya Ghana Bam, Ghana man capsules, and prostate joy. Free 0244 754380. 0244 754380. Spanish garlic mixture and the capsules. when I sit out wadru no John Shobebri, hypertension, arthritis, gastric ulcer, and then the keka hono. Wadru Ghana, and I say Spanish garlic mixture and then the capsules. Ye wa Spanish ginkgo capsules elho. And no onoma eboa ye starting free ginkgo biloba any soya oil. Ebo adwene any akoma eho ban. Itinum bi na nsiesie ni padua no ekuta anti-aging into onoma unyini da. Number 0266 114111 0266 114111. The best place on earth. Ghana here. Safari Valley. Bura ho. Kwajiweni. Birthday party, engagement, wedding. Bibia. Safari Valley ni baby a wase wo de ko. Where fe papa. Itu ura ho weni ebechi. Safari Valley. Emu wo wiase nyina bi nam ho. Iti ho efe environment no neat. Ena kwaye bi ye twa ye dua nnua atwa ho asia. Ena edan system. The environment no utumu say yes. Menyina che or Safari Valley. For 0596 914395 0596 914395. Medi Moses what the garlic kadrobia ba your friend Ceylon cinnamon. The Ceylon cinnamon no a buoni peduane ma ejina so cholesterol detoxify ni peduane mu e boa ma ojina so esiesi opanto no bia e be boa 0244 068 447 0244 068 447 X natural mineral water simply natural in your way and a program BI baby no ye de several ase your friend X natural mineral water was simply natural wadaroma and a osum Sam J and a sematadi ya and also atade fefefe ya me de ete Sam J fashions wadaroma wo mo e wo manjo the numbers any good screen is no it ufa number no a enije ebetumi aba woni Sam J ini sawo so no pama atade fefefe bi emfa ehyew honorable yambra ni emewie sima be baako bi na yemfa emo no nyina to so
me ka ho ne say the state of the nation address
na state of the nation ya address galam say adengalam say do man person corruption agenda what is going on
and America no Jimmy no money be a camera.
Because
acquire over share Bobby Bribe, say why, and America year of fruits no, a be and Kaye Binum persuasion. And then, your papa man Panigina, ho, a country say, doom so, yeah, or no other fixes doom so. Are you getting me? He spoke about doom so. Doom so, say, see, I'm too way. Will be unfreck in Tampo, North. Kintampo South, Nkuransa North, Nkuransa South, Bimbila, Salaga,
half of it,
Yendi, Bimbila, Salaga, Kintampo North, Nkuransa North, parts of Accra. Since last 2 months, na Dumso Ashase, na Sebi, Nyawaya, the and one fa, and Nasia Amanoa. The law of Kama. Still exists in the system. And there, Papa, my pony culture, we are singing. I say, was sorry, we do so. Me say, hey, in Tampon, I so good, so I can't do so. And I can't do me, cross what the sumu. In Tampos, and Kuransa North and South, or Muda Sumu. Maybe, yeah, me friend, number Gentry. Was it capitation grant, education, or Mabe Semukena? 2 years in year. Omudika school feeding school feeding school da ben no mutu asas kana
eno na make oh na seba umu so post and the baby boom captain
na nia ya kana na ya kwato famu ana nia ya mampanyi ne papa ba omi kana famu ho sa na ete ana we are saying it for the international community emmo nsama say ya ade wow and na ma kiro say World Bank information I had World Bank about free senior high. Say we will review Mama page, you know.
Sure.
Anameboa. But when they come to Ghana, they will say we are improving upon it. Why can't we say one thing for everywhere? Are you getting me? I don't say don't come and so you the information or international community no.
But would you assess something? Oman penny buy, you know. Or can say Accra will be the cleanest city in Africa. City, yes. And
do you know that there's a report that Accra is the most polluted city in the whole of West Africa.
Yeah, no correct.
Recently,
oh yes, it's true. It's true. Yes,
it's the most polluted city in West Africa. So you see, so in fact, minim and a lawyer can answer constitution and say you come pa. Can say if you ever lie to power again,
yes,
you should do what?
The law must deal with you. No.
I'm sure that will save us as a country. Until Mr. We are saying, Negana for say, hey, between your papa Boamah and your mama, at least, I do for a trophy, you know, Babako, and you could be a caca. Ah, your mama, oh, sure, because they were no mother, I met my Baba Boamah and Baku memo. Was see, the poor of the poorest are those who receive memo.
Momo.
To me, they should never be taxed. But Kukuomu, he is the chief architect.
Almost one on the drafted year or drafted year. The
poor Safuma for Neka and number be a more one abaso.
Yeah.
You see, Ade. That with 33 billion, 33 billion, but all the annual.
He loved me, see me, Yamina Mokoto Swaba. I mean, Yamacha Ghana, Yamina Mokoto Swaba.
I buy a 2 year. The Don Kuma has always stand out clearly.
It's more chaos.
Babin Kura, Manubogu, what quarter, and a Joe Wise, Bettina Muya then, SSR judgment, you know. And your Moko court, Abulai versus Wine. What you say? And Omoka say,
Famisi and a member of
in fact, that issue say, Yanina Natua Bano, almost say by one.
But I think, say,
by simple majority, they are more than us by one. We are 137, and they are 138 because the independent candidate.
Honorable, me moderate you, no one team. Every anam to be count. Yes, Sadi, we say, Jacob Zuma. He was the president of South Africa.
Yes.
You're charged of corruption.
Yes.
Yeah, you need for Kunyano so. Emma, Robert or Ramaphosa, Ebiteki over. Yeah. Emma, you didn't call ye, Ekodi Nasem, Edinico prison.
Yeah.
And then you to me, not the kind of corruption under this government and what this man is supervising in this nation. Still, when you could do a Cassabian,
the one you mean come a pemenqua lawyer to me, lawyer, but almost start by ethics, by ethics, he will not accept anything that way.
So I wouldn't enter my certificate. Wouldn't enter my cob. If it's a man who's a walk, a man party. It is a yemi look one side and yafe. Aha.
But what I would say is that one, a buyer more at time the system.
Okay.
The judiciary special prosecutor. Near to special prosecutor.
Cecilia Dapana.
Cecilia Dapana case. A dear Nanto special prosecutor. So what I say. So this the system Obama ever told us if we develop the systems must be allowed to do what to work.
Okay, me that's
media kakrebi American. One say President say about 321 1D1F.
Sure.
But what can say be manager about unemployment? You create factories, jobs with a view to solving unemployment problem in the country. 321 factories. Ghana to solve
unemployment.
Very good. Until now, it tells you that the private sector cannot be the engine of growth, and the country should begin to set up until the next government, whichever is going to be the next government. Yanya said 321 factories, say about 21 state enterprises. Can make catch us and can good. Agriculture, we haven't done much about that. And I believe they say, Okwa Kentampo, Techima.
Why, lawyer, why is it that? Ghana, over 60% of the population are farmers. But still not into me video. What is our problem?
It's as simple. Farming, no more subsistence farming.
Yeah.
We haven't added value to it. Two, state, unlike the First Republic, any champion time of Operation Feed Yourself. I state in the whole AG. This time the state in the whole NJ, BBM, and I was just mentioning, so Wako, papa we ni krom penkentampo wa konkranza tachiman ani ejura ekosi north asase aga na da wa yemfa nya hwe ne yakra no from China emre so say ye revolutionize agriculture. This is all that I can say to you.
Okay.
And then Baku security system.
Yeah.
In fact, the president was lamenting. And all that I can say is that you cannot do the same thing all the time and expect different result.
Good.
We don't have to lament over Baku. It's just a system now here used to solve the problem. It's not working. Until the time has come for all stakeholders, university teachers, the opposition, the government, all other groups, stakeholders like journalists should come together to fix the Boko problem for the country.
Okay. Yadiasio. Asam no. Haya ni yadimusi. And yadia ende. But the state of the nation no. Afeni ya start here room. Maybe I don't some the ya moso. This Boko issue. Because so share was so close to down media houses. But still now, to me and solve the problem. No, Oman Penny and Kasa, assembly see, you know, on call. Omuno issue directive say, young conquate or hinful for no, yes, no. And another directives, as I baby saw him in the Yano. And to wine and a dinner hen, na wine and that warrior dear warrior. A brebiason, you were seeing in a class near Dincomo, near solve the issue of Boko once and for all. No. Na asumdue ebetumi aba. Yadimasi Gumbe show tonight. Na mo anamo hwe Facebook no a entumi anyina so no enyamo mfom so. Enkrofo bi a yabo mo pa wo kurum ha. Na nado adwuma yefo bi na ye Facebook no omo kate no na omo di video no na omo ate ayira. Iti eno no. Ena nipa onwe mensa aka no ba ko ni 0546 063 5. I got 2 numbers. Member. And another one so a caho. Medimasi. Hedia Punya ya Domoa. Yabasan Esia on Thursday, same time on Gumbe. Ochana Ibeshia our battleground. Our radio show. Yedin Komo. State of the Nation. Betwaso. Akramunina.